Madam Chair, clearly this will be the biggest fishing fleet expedition that we are doing. Because it was, we only deal with ultimate facts. In fact, we are trying here to determine whether there is violation of the 6 grounds of the Constitution as stated in the 2 complaints. And so therefore, how can we have that, Madam Chair? So that's the first one. Secondly, did I hear from you that you want records from a law office? This will exactly violate that provision of privilege. You cannot subpoena law firms for representing a person either accused or in impeachment cases. How can we subpoena a law firm for acting as a lawyer for the Vice President? Can you give us a reason why we should subpoena law firms under the rules of court and under the Code of Professional Responsibility? We cannot subpoena records of a law firm.
There is a motion for issuance of subpoena ad testificandum to the representative of Securities and Exchange Commission, as well as of subpoena duces tecum with respect to the general information sheet and annual financial statements of the business establishments mentioned already by the Honorable Ridon. Do I hear a second? The same has been seconded. Is there any objection?
Madam Chair, objection. And
You're recognized, Honorable
grounds for
Rodriguez.
objection. May I know first why these companies registered with the SEC will be subpoenas in this record? Is there a nexus between this to the allegations in the complaint, 3rd and 4th complaint? May we know the relevance of these corporations to the present impeachment case against the Vice President?
The proponent first, Honorable Ridon, followed by the Honorable Keith Flores.
Mahalaga po yung pagpapaliwanag mula sa sa mga kinita po ng mag-asawang Duterte Carpio from their own personal income, which will be reflected from the annual income tax returns. Pangalawa, mula din po doon sa mga corporate documents kung saan po sila kasali. Sapagkat doon po natin makikita kung yung pong mga other lawful income para maipakita na ang lahat po ng kanyang kinita over the course of 17 years from 2007 ay mga lehitimo pong kita mula sa sahod at mula po sa kinita mula sa propesyon at mula po sa mga negosyo. So, meron pong clear relevancy. Ito pong mga SEC documents po na ito dahil dito natin makikita kung kumita ba o hindi ito pong mga kumpanya na ito sapagkat kung kumita po ito, maipapaliwanag ng atin pong pangalawang Pangulo at ng kanya pong mister na talaga pong kumita ng tama over the course of 17 years from other lawful income katulad ng propesyon at iba pang mga negosyo ang kanila pong pagsasama. So dito po maipapakita ng atin pong pangalawang Pangulo na hindi po unexplained wealth. Ito po nga kanyang pagkakaroon ng 88 million na net worth in 2024 kumpara po sa kanya po nga kinita na cumulatively sahod from 2007 to 2024 na more or less mga 30 million to 40 million pesos lamang po, Madam Chair.
The Honorable Flores.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Madam Chair, I'm joining the objection of Congressman Rufus Rodriguez only on the following grounds, Madam Chair, that the request being made by Congressman Ridon covers periods when the respondent was not yet the Vice President, Madam Chair. I'm going back to the decision of the Supreme Court when it said that we can only file impeachment complaints against an impeachable officer for things done during the incumbency or while she is holding the impeachable office. So by requesting documents or data or figures that would include the time when she was just Vice Mayor, I think, in 2007, or holding other positions that are not yet or maybe considered impeachable, that's where my objection is, Madam Chair.
Honorable Ridon, would you like to comment to that?
Tama naman po yun. Pero what we would want to be able to see is a complete financial picture of the Vice President from the time that she commenced the public office in 2007 as a Vice Mayor up until today. That would be a proper objection, with due respect, if we had ended our request previous to 2022. But to be clear, I think a big chunk of all of these businesses' requests will most definitely cover up until today, Madam Chair. And more particularly, there are specific firms here which basically cover the term of the Vice President already. Geometry Security, Amianan Shores, Cable Tow are some examples. But to be clear, all of these are firms that had been listed in the 2024 SALN, which is why I think the nexus between the documents of the SALN and the corporate records is established as we speak, Madam Chair.
Would you
Madam
like to
Chair.
make additional
May-
manifestation?
May I secure from Congressman Ridon a statement of ultimate facts in the third and fourth complaint, which mentions these corporations? Are there any? None.
There is none.
None. Second, are there annexes that would show in the third and fourth complaint that would, mention and that would pertain to why you're going to ask for subpoena ducis tecum to the SEC and for the records there? Are there annexes in the complaint?
There is none.
Madam Chair, clearly this will be the biggest fishing fleet expedition that we are doing. Because it was, we only deal with ultimate facts. In fact, we are trying here to determine whether there is violation of the 6 grounds of the Constitution as stated in the two complaints. And so therefore, how can we have that, Madam Chair? So that's the first one. Secondly, did I hear from you that you want records from a law office? I heard something because this is new to us. This is a surprise to us, all of us here, that they are now a subpoena for entities that are not included in the complaint. So are you saying there's something about a law office?
To be clear, these are in the SALN of the Vice President for 2023 and 2024. So I think there is nothing that prevents this committee from basically issuing subpoenas on documents that are actually public documents, Madam Chair.
No, I'm asking specifically. There was a statement. You're asking for subpoena for a law office.
Yes, because our assumption is that this is an incorporated law office because it was stated as one of the business interests of the Vice President in her SALN.
Aware of the privilege communication between lawyers and client? This will exactly violate that provision of privilege. You cannot subpoena law firms for representing a person either accused or in impeachment cases. How can we subpoena a law firm for acting as a lawyer for the Vice President? Can you give us a reason why we should subpoena law firms under the rules of court and under the Code of Professional Responsibility? We cannot subpoena records of a law firm.